Well, welcome to the Thanksgiving edition of whatever we call this video. We haven't really come up with a title yet this year, have we? Maybe we ought to work on that in the off season. Interesting game this week. The Cardinals have lost 2 of 3. They're going to New England. Cliff Kingsbury spent a year in New England under Bill Belichick as a player, but maybe a little bit of coach too. Mac, you talked to Cliff about that this week. What was that year like for him?
Yeah, he said it was the most important year as far as him becoming a coach. I mean, he didn't want to be a coach. He swore up and down he wouldn't do it. He didn't like the hours and the tedious task. And that's what he's become, Mr. Tedious, who never sleeps. And he got a shot with Belichick because he hurt his arm as a rookie, a 6th-round pick in 2003. And I found it fascinating because Belichick made him a quality offensive control coach, and he spent so many hours in breaking down film, studying, preparing, game planning and whatnot. Those things stuck with him and still with him today, and he's used it throughout his coaching career. I think that, and he owes a ton of gratitude towards Belichick. That's going to be a huge part of this game, not on the field, but between the coaches. Especially mental warfare, maybe that, teacher and student, right? So that's going to be a fun part. It was a story coming out Sunday, and it's going to be a fun game to watch, I think, from that perspective.
Of course, big storyline this week is Kyler Murray's right shoulder, which he banged up early in the Seattle game last week. It obviously affected him. He missed practice time. Katherine, what's the latest on Kyler? Is it trending that you look like he's going to play on Sunday?
Yeah, it's trending that he'll play for sure. Cliff Kingsbury did mention that they might have both Chris Streveler and Brett Hundley, both backup quarterbacks, active just in case, but he's still not even sure on that. They'll probably decide that a little later in the week, but Kyler's been so calm about it. He said he feels fine, he feels good. So I think too, what was notable to me was Kingsbury talking about how even just in year 2 with Kyler being more confident in his game as a whole, if there is any small things, any small tweaks he'll have to make to adjust for that shoulder, he's at such a higher level where, he knows he can rely on himself in other ways. We saw that late last season against the Rams when I believe it was his hamstring was bugging him. And so he just adjusted his game a bit. But in year 2, that's so much easier. So I don't think there's huge concern there.
Cardinals obviously need a win, 6-4. Can't fall further behind in the NFC West. Let's see. What do you think of this game? Let's maybe go one by one. Mac will start with you. Maybe a quick key to the game and a prediction.
Yeah, I think it's it's Belichick's defense against Kyler Kingsbury's offense, and the key is going to be sealing that edge to keep Kyler in the pocket. He's not going to want to run, I don't think, all that much with a bum shoulder. So I think he's going to have to unleash that arm and throw downfield. But the key to the Cardinals with this game, in my opinion, you got to run the ball north and south. Get Kenyon Drake involved, get Chase Edmonds involved, and run the ball as much as you can. And I think if they do that, they'll win 28-24.
Katherine?
I think if they can minimize some of those penalties and not have as slow a start as they've had some of these last recent games, they've gone 3 and out early on a lot. And, like Bob mentioned, that offense is going to be so critical. So keeping it on the field will be pretty big. I think they still win. I say 27-21.
I'm going to say that I think the defense is going to be a real key for this. The Cardinals defense against that New England offense, which isn't very good, especially throwing the ball. But they can run it. They will run a ton of screen passes. I think that'll be a challenge, say, for an Isaiah Simmons, the Cardinals rookie, whose playing time is really increasing. I think if the Cardinals can shut that down, the Patriots don't have a lot of other alternatives. I hate picking against Bill Belichick in a game.
Who does?
I'm going to go Cardinals in this one, 28-24. Thanks for joining. Did you pick? Well, yeah.
I picked you got to pick something different, man.
Great minds.
Okay, how about 27-21? Cardinals.
Okay,
that's what I picked.
Well, we're all in it together.
All right. Split the difference.
Have a great holiday. There's a special Thanksgiving edition of this yet to be unnamed video segment.
It's a show about nothing.